Hi, Leo. I have a message. Well, I do have a message for you, but I have a reading for you for the next 3 months, January, February, and March. So we're going to be looking into what kind of soul lessons you're integrating that are, for your betterment, for your spiritual growth, maybe for emotional growth, whatever it might be. I'm leaving it open just to see what comes through. Most importantly, like most important messages that you need to hear. I also have to mention this is for Leo placements in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or if you have two or more Leo placements in your chart, you could also, maybe this applies to you. Or you could not have any Leo, and if this comes across your reality, I guess maybe there's a message for you here. Also, this is a timeless reading, so if you encounter this after the 3 month period that I'm doing, that's okay too. You can watch it, and it could maybe give you a little bit of foresight for the months to come from the day that you watch this. So yeah, I'm going to use a lot of oracle cards. I'm going to use this deck as well. This one, I'm going to use tarot, and we're going to get advice just to see what comes through. Like I said, I'm leaving it up to your spirit guides, whatever they want to bring forth. Remember, these are collective readings, so you do have to use your discernment and see what resonates with you, okay? Because a lot of stuff comes through, and sometimes you're not gonna, everything is not going to apply to you. Also, I have to mention, for some reason, don't try to like make it fit into your life, like what I'm saying. Like if I give you a scenario, for example, and it doesn't seem like it could be for you, leave it. It might not be for you, okay? All right, let's see what you're working in this month. Oh, okay. Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. That's facts, like literally. A lot of anxiety, but anxiety again doesn't really change anything. It's almost like it just keeps you trapped in a mental prison, right? Because you're just going around in circles, right? That spiral. You're going around in circles about one thing that you hasn't even happened yet. So maybe that's your energy right now, or it's about to be, or you've been worried lately. We'll dig into that later, but let's see. Okay, February. Whoa, a lot of purple for you. You might, um, I just got right away Saint Germain, just because he's associated with light, like the purple flame. Okay, purpose. I know what I am here to do. Okay, so you might be worried about your life purpose, or like leaving your mark in this world, I'm hearing, or kind of like thinking about how do I use the resources that I have to kind of bring forth or walk this path of purpose. You might be looking for your purpose. I have to say, I understand why you would be worried if you're seeking a purpose. You're wanting to kind of give meaning to your life. I get that, but I hear it's almost like you take care of you, right? And you be the best person that you can be. You grow every single day. You keep an open mind. You're kind and loving to others, and this purpose, this grandiose thing that you want to accomplish here, which it does feel like it could be a big purpose, and that might be why you're in a state of worry, because it might be revealing itself to you, and it could be a little scary when that happens. But I'm hearing like it'll just fall into your lap, like things would just align eventually. Also, follow whatever makes you happy. Follow whatever makes you happy, and the purpose is there. That's where your purpose is. It's balance. This is for March. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. What did I say about your world, your well-being? You need to feel good first. do things that make you feel good as well. And the more you do that, it becomes like a practice of self-love. And you step away from a little bit of worry, and then honestly, your purpose kind of again just falls into your life. Just it trickles in naturally. And sometimes we don't have a big purpose. You know what your big purpose could be? Being that person that always opens the door for other people, being the person that's always kind to service workers, being that person who is always coming from a place of gratitude regardless of what's going on around them. That could simply be your purpose, and you lead by example in that way. Okay, I want to show you the bottom of the deck because it's literally what we were talking about at first. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. That is the only thing that fear is doing. Okay, fear is an illusion, and I know that it could feel very real, like in the body, in the spirit, in the soul. It could really feel like it's like, I don't know, like an impending doom is what I want to say, but it's not. It's question it. Be like, okay, so why? Like when you have anxiety or fears or what or worry, maybe examine your thoughts. Maybe be like, okay, why do I feel that way? Or if you feel like it's coming from like an ego base, you could just talk to it like a third person, like literally like you're having a conversation, and be like, why do you feel like that's gonna happen? You know? Because again, it says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. So that in itself is telling me you gotta live in the moment. Go for. I'm burping so much. That's confirmation. You gotta live in the moment. In the moment, go for what you want and release the outcome. There's no need to worry about the outcome. It's almost like there's also no need to worry about the outcome, because if you're doing what you want to do, that's all that matters. Like, you're going to be okay, right? And however it's received by other people, it's none of your business. Okay, it really isn't. It's none of your business. If you know that you're staying true to what you want to do, it doesn't matter what it looks like to other people. Okay, part of finding purpose is also finding authenticity, because you have to find your authenticity in order to align to your purpose. It won't happen otherwise. Okay, or you'll feel misguided. You'll feel like you're doing the wrong things, or I, I don't know. It's gonna have, you're gonna have to really see what you're the one who has to kind of sit with this, not sit with the worry, but sit with the it's trying to bring some kind of awareness to you. Okay, if you're worried about the outcome of things, maybe it's because you're not aligned to the things that you should be doing in the first place, right? Because if you were aligned to what you were supposed to be doing, the outcome wouldn't even matter to you, because you're just coming from an authentic place, and you create or you do things, and then you just let it go. Like, you don't care about what to return to you, if people like it or not. Like, you're just doing you, right? That's literally what purpose is. Everybody has a purpose, but we have to reach authenticity in order for this purpose to kind of like reveal itself to us. Okay. Ooh, ooh. All right. I'm just going to get one card from here. And this is going to be like kind of tying all of this to, I just realized that this is all purple. Oh my God. Purple also, third eye activation. You could be, I can see how that could worry as well, because if you're on a spiritual path now, or you're starting a spiritual journey, you're awakened, maybe it's a second awakening for you. You know, we don't just go through one. This is an never-ending story. This is a story of evolvement and soul growth. So we're never really done being teachers. Okay, teachers, sorry. You could be, your purpose could be a teacher in some kind of spiritual sense. But what I meant to say was, our purpose is mainly to be here to learn. We are forever students of life, okay? And it's beautiful, and it should be embraced. And it's kind of, okay, now with the balance, it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Maybe you've been placing judgment on yourself, in the past, or for the past, or even for the present. It could be, just know that you didn't know any better. Like, until you know, you don't know. So if you are putting the work, if you are growing, kind of dwelling in the past doesn't serve you. Okay, stay present. Stay in the present. I like how the purpose is in the middle here. It gets more beautiful and beautiful. Like, worry looks, like, I don't know, pixelated or something to me. And then this kind of aligns. There's a lot of light codes coming in, like gold, right? And then boom, you go into this like flower of life is what I'm seeing. You literally are going to fall into your purpose very soon. If it's not happening, you might be aligning to it already. Okay, so this is to look at the overall energy, okay, for the 3 months. Kind of give me an idea of the overall lesson for the quarter of the year. Okay, sanctuary. My nose is super itchy. Okay, take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on retreat. Okay, you're definitely going through some kind of activations here when it comes to your spirituality. And when that happens, sometimes the only way out of it, not out of it, but the only way through all of these big feelings and big emotions that you're experiencing, or like unlocking of spiritual gifts and stuff like that, you truly have to go within. Okay, you got to go into hermit mode. Being a Leo, I completely understand that you like people and you like community and you like connections, and I get that. But when you're going through this, you'll realize that your inner world is what's really important. You really have to tap in and balance your inner world in order for you to feel good, overall. And also, to, again, if you want to find your purpose, it really looks like you're really looking for it. The advice is to go within, to spend some time alone if you can. I want to show you the bottom of the deck because I feel like it has to do with the judgment that I spoke about over here. I just want to say all of your emotions are valid, and all of your emotions are here to guide you through. It's like a guiding system, okay, for us. That's why they're important, and that's why they should not be suppressed, okay? Anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. It really, anger sometimes comes from different places, okay? So let me explain what I mean while I shuffle this, and so I can pull the cards for it. I'm gonna do one for each month. But anger is sometimes, right, you get hurt and you reach a point where you have to get angry to get over it, right? That's one type of anger. You could also just be angry because you're mad at your circumstances, or mad. The anger comes from different places. You are the one who has to like gauge that and tap in, and again, talk to yourself. Or if you don't want to do the self thing, because maybe you think that's a little, I don't know, crazy, I just heard. You don't need to talk to yourself. Okay, cool. I mean, eventually you will, but okay. Talk to God and ask God, like, why am I feeling this way? Or what is the purpose? Okay, maybe you have big feelings. Maybe the purpose card is here to tell you that your feelings have a purpose. You have to dig a little deeper, okay? If you're experiencing extreme anxiety, find the purpose in that. If you're experiencing anger, wherever it's coming from, find the purpose in it. For me, when I get angry regarding something, it usually means that I've had it with that situation. And once I'm mad, I get through it. Like, I literally get through it. Whether this be heartbreak, again, mad about my circumstances, whenever I get mad, shit gets done, I can say. Like, that's how I channel my anger. I don't bottle it up. I don't throw it against other people. I bring it in and it's my driving force. Maybe you're being called to do that with all of your emotions. Because being a Leo, you have big emotions. You have big emotions. You have a huge heart. You might wear it on your sleeve. People might stumble over it sometimes. I don't know. That's coming through. But okay, let's look at January with worry. Chopwood. For some reason, I can never understand what this card means, but like I can't remember. I mean, like I can never remember what it means, but I remember from yesterday. Because oddly enough, Cancer, which is the sign before you, was my last reading yesterday, and they got this card as well. Leo, you have to tend to yourself, okay? Tend to your inner world. You matter, your feelings matter, your worries matter, they do, but it's almost like it's time to clean house. It's time to maybe your environment needs a little bit of movement as far as you need to clean your space, clean it of like stagnant energy, emotion, like everything. Like you kind of have to like do like a reset here when you go on this retreat within or you spend time alone. Make sure um, you tend you tend to your garden, if you will, right? And in doing so, you're showing love to yourself and appreciation for yourself. And then it'll trickle down into tending to your emotions, tending to your body, making sure you're eating enough, drinking enough, making sure you're resting enough, because your outer world is represented it's like an extension of your inner, right? So however your space looks, it kind of resembles maybe your mental space, your emotional space. Pay attention to those things and also take care of yourself. You deserve to take care of yourself. If you are someone who really spends a lot of time worrying and taking care of other people, it is not selfish to worry and take care of yourself, okay? Maybe not worry about yourself, but worry enough where you are literally taking care and tending to your needs. Okay. It's almost like that's the answer to get out of this energy, okay? I just got that. The answer, getting out of the worry, is when you stay present in the moment and you literally pay attention to, okay, I'm thirsty right now. Let me go drink some water, sit down and maybe journal. Or I can watch. I'm sorry, Leo, I got cut off because I didn't have storage on my phone. It happens all the time to me. Okay. I got cut off when I was saying that you need to tend to yourself. Tending to yourself and your needs is how you get out of worry because you stay present in the moment, okay? All right. Let's look at February with purpose. I have a good feeling about that. It's almost like in January you really take care of yourself and you show yourself a lot of love, a lot of unconditional love and acceptance, and then boom, here comes your purpose, because it's almost like you've unlocked it. It's beautiful. Okay. Why? That's interesting. Yeah, you are asking. Maybe you gain sight. Well, the fact that I'm saying sight because I kept saying third eye, but you gain the answer of what the purpose is. But now you're asking why that is. That's good. I mean, at least you're asking. I just saw 111 on my timer there. At least you're asking. That could be significant for you, by the way. You could be seeing angel numbers. You could be asking why you're seeing angel numbers. That's interesting. I can say that as someone who's been on this spiritual journey for a while now, angel numbers, you can look them up, and the meaning could be significant and stuff like that to you. It's like a little bit of guidance, but they really are going to be very personal to you. It's almost like dreams, right? You can interpret your dreams based on what people write on the internet, or maybe even someone can tell you, oh, I know that that means this. But what does the dream mean to you? That's really where the answer is, okay? Because it's very personal. Excuse me, verb confirmation. So when you're seeing angel numbers, you're gonna have to find the meaning for you. Like it's gonna be very specific for you. All right, let's look at balance in March. By the book, the fact that I said 111 and this is card 11. Okay. By the book. You think, you might think that doing things a certain way, it's how you're gonna get to balance. But the thing is, oh, the fact that there's a book here too. There's no guidebook for this path of yours, you know? It's almost like you make it up as you go, okay? It's not even making it up. It's like you have to live it as you go. Every path that you decide to take, it's going to look very different. And it's I'm also seeing here you cannot take everybody with you sometimes. You have to allow people to grow at their own pace. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck. Flexibility. You got to be flexible with yourself and with others, okay? We sometimes when we go through our awakenings, we want to show it to people. We want to explain how we think and why we think this, and like really it's like ring through to them. It's like, I want to help you. Listen, this is what I've learned. Like, but you can't force it upon people, just like people couldn't force it upon you until you were ready to receive that message. This journey of purpose and kind of like walking a path that maybe has a higher calling, or spirituality in general, is a very, very personal thing. You cannot force this upon anybody, okay? You cannot awaken anybody. They have to be ready to be awake. They arrive at their own awakening. And if you're struggling with that, you're asking questions, you're like, well, if this is my purpose, then why can I don't know, it's like, why can I bring it forth to these people that I care about? That's the message that I'm getting right now for that. And take this as a resonance. That might not be your case, but if if that is your case, I can tell you that all you can do is be yourself, be authentic, live in your truth as far as your spirituality goes, right? Because that's what we're kind of talking about here. But also it could be just in general. And then people will either be inspired by it, or they will denounce it, or they will be intrigued, or whatever happens, let it happen that way. There's no judgment. There's I don't subscribe to this whole the people that are spiritual, and then they're like, oh no, everybody's asleep and they're NPCs and blah blah blah. I don't believe in that. We're all the same, okay? Our paths are just different. We have different purposes. Maybe, like, I can tell you for myself, for like 28 years of my life, my purpose was to be quote unquote asleep, and I was just learning and experiencing from that point of view, right? From that reality. And then I had my awakening, and things shifted for me. And then in the beginning, I had a lot to learn, and then eventually I'm still learning. But like, it's okay. It's okay. Let your life unfold before you. As long as you stay authentic, it'll just unfold. And then other people's lives, they also deserve that grace, and they deserve unconditional love, and not to be judged for what they're doing or not doing, okay? Differently than you. Okay. Let's look at January with worry and chopwood. 9 of Wands. Interesting. I can tell you right now that for me in this deck, if I'm called to read it in both ways. So in regular tarot, this is someone who's a wounded warrior who has walls up because, and they're very defensive and they're ready to fight. Even though they're hurt, they're ready to fight, because that's all they've known, right? And then in this deck, I see it how it's depicted, and the fact that there's a little fire here. For me, it's one of my guides that kind of looks like this. They have a staff like that. So that initially, that's what I think. So maybe your guides are asking you to, they're telling you that they're here to communicate with you. They want to bring you peace. They want to bring you, and if you don't believe in spirit guides, that's okay. Maybe it's your ancestors. Maybe it's past loved ones. Maybe it is God, the divine, spirit, the universe, you know. They will come to you in a form that you will recognize. I can tell you that because that ties into what I was just saying. For me, when I am doing a reading for me, this is one of my guides. Again, the signs and synchronicities are going to be very specific and very tailored to you and what you understand. So you have to pay attention, but it's like you're not going to be able to see these things for what they are, until you kind of, again, I'm guided back to clean your space. It's not like it could be physical space or it could just be mental space. You got to make some room for this enlightenment to come through, okay? For this shift of balance and purpose to come into your life, you have to make room for it. However that applies in your life, you will know what that is. You will know what you need to let go of or maybe step back from a little bit in order for this to come through for you. Come true as in true, and then through as in through you, because you know we kind of embody that energy. And then purpose to me literally looks like, it's, imagine like a light beam coming down onto you, and then it's kind of like you reflecting back that out into the world, kind of like that's what I'm picturing in my mind. So all right, it's interesting that your guides are here, but overall this energy this collective doesn't feel like super spiritual people, or maybe you're just encountering spirituality or something like that. So it's, yeah, there's things that you need to walk away from, Leo. Quite frankly, there are things that you need to walk away from, okay? Walk into the light here, okay? I'm not saying you're in darkness. I'm not saying you're evil and none of that shit. I'm saying there's literally things that you need to walk away from. Walk away and let it go, okay? If it's meant, again, let go of the outcome. Yeah, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. But if it's not happening right now, don't stay where you're not welcome. Don't stay where you don't feel good. Don't stay in an energy that doesn't feel good to you. If all you live in is anxiety and worry, try something a little different. Let me just say, I have suffered. I Let me explain. I'm not saying change your perspective and everything in your life is going to change. No, I've lived it. I know what it feels like to live with anxiety. Trust me, I know. So I'm not telling you, well, just walk away from it. Just think of something different. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if you've tried, okay, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. That's literally what's coming through with you in January. If you've tried it this way and it hasn't fulfilled you, okay, it hasn't brought you purpose, try something else. You can tap into many things. You can do many things. Don't settle, okay? Don't settle for what doesn't serve you, or maybe it served you, maybe a way of being and thinking served you for 20 years of your life, but on this 21st year it doesn't serve you anymore. It is okay to let that go and let it rest. It's okay. Walk away. Just walk away, and you're capable of it, and you're being supported on that as well. Spirit is here to tell you that you can walk away. They're here to support you. Stop. It's like I'm hearing, stop breaking your own heart. The sun wanted to flip out. This is literally, you're ruled by the sun, so that's very significant. But we're putting it back, okay? We're putting it back because it didn't come out. All right, let's do one more card for... There's so much happiness that wants to come through. I'm not saying that you're not happy now or that you don't encounter happiness in the moment in your life as it is right now, but whatever you thought was happiness, there's even more that wants to come through. 11 again. 1111 could be super significant for you. You could be seeing 1111. You could be seeing 111. You could just be seeing 11 as well. Ones are about new beginnings, brand new beginnings, new opportunities. And being here 4 times, right? 1111, 111. They're signaling to you that there is this newfound passion that you can find. There's karmic justice coming your way here. This is Libra, and this is also integrating shadow. Maybe doing some shadow work, looking at maybe not the so pretty things in your life and accepting them for what they are. And if they don't serve you, you are capable of walking away from them. It's like you're supported in that. You deserve justice, okay? I'm hearing as well. You deserve justice. And sometimes we are the only ones who can bring ourselves justice. If something's hurting, it's like, ask yourself, why am I staying if it hurts? Okay. If you tried everything to resolve it and it still hurts, walk away. Maybe that's the only thing that you haven't tried, Leo. That could be it. And I feel like you're gaining the strength to do it in January, because the purpose is here. So, okay, let's look at... Okay, since you're asking what your purpose is, let me ask Tarot to give me an idea. Again, please take it with a grain of salt. You have to make sure that it applies to you, that it really resonates with you, okay? And obviously I cannot tell anybody their purpose truly, but you can get an inkling or get an idea from what I'm going to say, okay? All right. The Queen of Wands. This is the fire sign, so this could be a Leo. Okay, black cat, a lot of candles. I'm seeing magic. Are you scared of your own magic? Scared of your own light and potential? Scared of your... You might be psychic. You might have a familiar waiting for you. Or maybe if you have a cat, they're definitely your familiar. I have to say that. But there's so much light from within that you carry. Again, didn't I say that the purpose is to embody that light and then bring it forth? She's literally holding it. It's almost like your guides gave you this. This is beautiful because it's falling under this card, right? So your guides come in to tell you, hey, you do have this fire within. Let us help you get there, okay? But you have to walk away and make space for it. And you do that, and boom, you embody. It's like you become a guiding force for other people as well. And that could be your purpose. You could be someone who's here to guide others through the same hardships that you have gone through, that you had to find balance. And the fact that this is balance and that's balance. Maybe that is your purpose, right? For some of you, using that energy and that love that you carry within, that's powerful. The sun gives us light, gives us life. Do you understand how powerful that is? For you to, for that energy to be something that is within you, that is very powerful. So you can shine a light for others, kind of like to follow, but you have to do it for yourself first, is what I'm saying. And that keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. You have to find your own light in order to be able to shine it upon other people and help other people with it, okay? Okay, let's see one more. Strength. This is the Leo card. Oh my freaking God. Okay. This is literally the Leo card in tarot. So it's also a major arcana, so that's very, very intense. It's number 8. Again, 8 could be significant. The infinity sign could be significant. You wear your heart out there in the world. You truly do. And that might be why you've been hurt, and that might be why you're a wounded warrior. And but you see how you're this lioness, you're this lion. You have so much passion within, like you have so much strength, literal strength. 8 8. I know that you're seeing angel numbers and you're seeing synchronicities. Don't be lying to yourself about it. Don't it's almost like don't push down and suppress your spiritual path that is trying to reveal itself to you, okay? The moon. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. So there is things that are trying to reveal themselves to you. Maybe where you've been out, you've had like a lot of confusion and you've been like drowning in maybe a lot of emotions. There's also a full moon this Friday, by the way. That could be significant for some of you. It is in Cancer, which is a sign ruled by the moon. You're ruled by the sun. I brought up the Cancer reading before. Maybe you have Cancer placements and you might want to look at that reading. It was a beautiful reading. It was one of the longest ones that I've done so far. You know, water signs always just have a lot to say. But um, yeah, it's like you dig to the depth of your being, of your emotional body. That's your power right there. Your emotions, your big emotions, they're your power. I can tell you that right now. Maybe you can show people how you wield that power, how you harness it and use it for the betterment of your life, and how you can teach people to do the same, right? People that maybe have big emotions, maybe they struggle with anger because we have the anger card. um, I'm sure that would resonate for some of you. I'm not passing judgment if you're like someone that's been very angry in their life. If anything, I think anger stems a lot from being hurt, you know? Like it's just that you're gonna have to channel it towards something good, okay? If you're angry and you're sad, walk away. Walk away from that shit. Don't entertain that kind of stuff. You know, you can deal with your own emotions, but it's kind of like if people are like projecting these stuff on you, walk away. It's easier to just walk away, let it go, and then you go within. You know, you go into your sanctuary here. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that TikTok audio was like, it's like an autistic audio that's going around where the girl's like, oh my God, what is it? It's like, leave me alone. I'm having enrichment time in my enclosure. It's like, you have to go. I'm not laughing at you. That's just funny that I'm hearing that so clearly. Um, you have to go into your mind palace. That's another TikTok audio. Oh my God. Where like you have to find, it's like your inner world wants to be explored more, okay? With the moon here, they want you to dig deep into those emotions, and then you bring them out, you bring them to light. And by bringing them to light, you give them power, and therefore you give yourself power. And in doing that, you can pass that along to other people. Oh my goodness, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot for you to do here. I know, I see when there's a book there, because you might have to be this kind of alchemy that you're working towards, because you're alchemizing those emotions, big emotions that you have. You might have to do a lot of studying for it, but then I'm hearing it'll just come naturally to you once you start researching these topics. It would just flow in. The information is just going to flow in because you're curious and you're asking questions. Keep asking questions. Keep being a skeptic. Even if you decide that, you know, I've learned a lot about spirituality, whatever, you can still question everything that you've ever learned, okay? Two of Pentacles. Okay. This card here by the book is making me think with the Two of Pentacles. She's balancing those two options. It's like, do I do this by the book or do I do this how I want to do it? The answer is you do it how you want to do it. How you want to do it is usually how by the book it really is. You know, you can't go wrong is what I'm trying to say. You just got to make a decision and go for it. You know, These elephants are traveling. They're going somewhere. You just gotta decide. The fact that it looks the same, it looks like she's in a desert and they're in a desert. So that's interesting. You just gotta choose, okay? Once you make that choice, I think you're good. You're good because all your energy is gonna be like amplified into that. But you're a little confused. That's okay. Queen of Swords. Okay. You might be someone who is really good with your words, and you're really good about finding different points of view and perspectives, clarity. You're finding a lot of clarity in March as well. Careful of keeping the loving heart that we're talking about locked up here, okay? Because with the cup here, it's making me think that it's like you're keeping it locked up because you've been hurt a lot. The Queen of Swords is the only queen that's been to war in the tarot here. So again, that wounded warrior, that wound of a wounded warrior, I should say. You've been really hurt. You've been really hurt in the past. When you in March, I think you're gonna find a lot of peace, a lot of balance between this two realities that you seem to be in, where like you're wounded and you're scared, or you're like just over being hurt again and again and again. And then you also have to deal with the fact that you have a hopeful heart. You're a hopeful romantic who just wants to love everybody. And it's like, how do I balance me wanting to literally hug and be loving towards everyone, but but also keep myself protected? Or maybe you are finding that balance of giving and also making sure that you walk away from things that are not reciprocating the energy that you give it. And that could be anything. That could be anything. Relationships, work, family, where you what you give, it's not being reciprocated. And it's not for lack of capacity of reciprocity, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. Because obviously, like say you have a child, just because you buy your child a lollipop doesn't mean that they have to buy you one. They don't have money for it. You know what I mean? Like that's not, no. Take this in the, like if someone that you're, let's say, in a relationship with can clearly be kind to other people, but they are not kind to you, obviously, and you're kind to them, that's not being reciprocated. Walk away from that shit. That's what I mean. Kind of like that. Where people have the capacity to reciprocate what you're giving and they refuse to do so, or they just don't want to do it because they, maybe that person's not meant for you. That situation's not meant for you. That job is not meant for you. 3 of Wands. Okay, this is that decision. You are making that decision, and you're staying firm on it too. You're like, I have clarity about what I want, and I'm willing to wait for it because I know it's coming my way. And it is. It really is. Here with the 3 of Wands, you're waiting for it because if you feel like you should wait for it, it's because it is coming towards you, right? Well, it's also, the divine is here to tell you that yes, your ships are coming in, your rewards are coming. I want to show you the bottom of the deck. The Wheel of Fortune. There's that 10 that leads back to 1 again. There's that completion of a cycle that leads to newness. There's that walking away that leads to newness. There's that. I think you have some tough decisions to make, Leo. And I can see how in January, you know that you have tough decisions coming up, or maybe that's the month that you're actually making decisions. I think January is the month where you decide that you've had enough and you're really going to tend to yourself because you deserve it. And you truly do. That is not selfish at all, at all. And if people tell you otherwise, maybe they need to realize that they need to tend to themselves too. Okay. I'm going to do the Monology, one for each month. I'll tell you if anything comes up as far as like a full moon, a new moon, or zodiac placements. I have a moon calendar that I wrote. Well, it's not like I wrote it, but I copied it. So I have a reference, I should say. And I can tell you specific dates if that's relevant. Okay. Let's just take this as a, oh, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. January, full moon in Cancer. This Friday is a full moon in Cancer. I told you that already. I just saw 27 on my timer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Oh my God. Please, Leo, please, please, please work with this full moon in Cancer. Okay. Advice. And you can take it if you want, or you can do your own research. Full moons are about letting go of things that are no longer serving you. Oh my God, the bottom of the deck. Don't let pride get in your way, full moon and Leo. Okay. Release. Release what you need to release. Full moons are a powerful energy because they help us let go of what's no longer serving you. And that's literally what you're doing. Your guys want you to work with this full moon, okay? I don't know what to tell you what to do with it. You're gonna have to kind of search. That is the point of all of this. Like, you have to really gauge your way through this journey, okay? No one can like take you by the hand, right? And take you along and be like, this is what you do right now, and this day you do this, and that's not how it works. You are the one who guides yourself, okay? It's almost like, if you want to look at it in a different way, your future self could be sending you messages telling you, hey, go this way, go that way, watch this tarot reading, watch this movie. You're gonna get a message there. Like, you have to follow your intuition, tap into that. But I can say this full moon that's happening this Friday is very significant for you. Please work with it. Look up how to do some releasing. It's in Cancer. It's a full moon in Cancer, which Cancer is ruled by the moon, so that's powerful. It's the first full moon of the year, so that's powerful. It's also on a Friday, which is a Venus day, which is about love. And this seems to be a lot of self-love that you have to just pour into yourself. Maybe it's time to release the blockages of things they're not serving you when it comes to appreciating yourself, okay? Work with this full moon, please. Do your research and do whatever you feel like you should do. It might be a little woo-woo or whatever, but try it out. You know, maybe this is an opportunity for you to try something new and see if it works. I can tell you it's going to work, but that's besides the point. All right. Let's look at February with purpose. You might be a little confused after January because you have more questions than answers. That's how you know you're onto something, by the way. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. I think this is giving to yourself, tending to yourself. Knowing that you are deserving. You have a big heart. That green makes me think of the heart chakra. Let me see when we have a new moon in Virgo. Okay. On September 15th of this year, you have a new moon in Virgo. And it's during Virgo season, so that could be significant too for you. Virgo is the sign after you. It's the sign that I'm going to be recording after you guys. So, Virgo, okay. You might be dealing with a Virgo as well in your life. That could be relevant. Virgo is represented in tarot by the Hermit, which is literally what this card is talking to you about being a hermit for a little bit. Go within for a little while. I think you're doing that in February. That's how you're finding purpose, because you have a lot of big questions and you have to find answers for them. And you know you're gonna be guided to find the answers within, and also by doing a lot of research. And I think I mentioned that before. Okay. And March, hold your vision. Fixed moon. Hold that vision, okay? Hold it. She's up in the mountains. These are mountains. And what did I say about waiting? Once you know that what belongs to you, what's meant for you, and you know that you are deserving of it, hold that vision. Don't go back on it. Don't settle for anything less than what you really deserve, Leo, and what you know that you deserve. That this balancing thing, this back and forth, once you decide, stay true to what you decided on. You have to believe that it's going to happen. Sometimes we go through a little testing of our resolve, you know. Do you really want this? You got to show me that you really want this. It's like what the universe is saying, or what God is saying to you. Hold your vision. Okay, let's look at some advice. Ooh, advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the strings of your heart. Correct. You need to follow your heart. Your heart is your guiding force, like quite literally, especially as a Leo. You need to, whatever you do, you need to come from a place of love and literally has to resonate with your heart. If not, I don't think it's going to feel good to you. And maybe this is that confirmation. You're like, maybe that's why I don't feel good what I'm doing right now, because it's not really coming from my heart. I don't find purpose in what I'm doing. Patience, okay. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Definitely. That leads me back to what I was saying, where like you might be coming into these awareness of things, and it's like you want to take everybody that you love with you, but sometimes people need to learn at their own pace, okay? Doesn't mean that you're not going to be in their life anymore, or not going to enjoy their company, or whatever it might be, but you have to allow, just like your life unfolded for you in a specific way, so does everybody else's, okay? It's almost like, and also with hold your vision and being patient. Now that you found your purpose, you're doing the work, you have to be patient. Sometimes it's not overnight, okay? It takes a little longer. Trust the timing of your life. That was a message for Cancer. You might want to go look at that reading. You don't have to, but free spirit. Be the free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. Don't place conditions upon the love that you give others, Leo. And if you've been hurt by other people placing conditions on the love that they gave you, forgive them for that. They didn't know any better. You're not free if you keep holding on to past hurts. Don't pass judgment on others as well. Judgment's here twice, again. So, and I'm not passing judgment upon you for being judgmental. I used to be very judgmental. I don't know. Everybody goes through their own thing, okay? I used to be very judgmental of myself, I should say. Let me start there. Of myself immensely. Sometimes I'm still struggling with that, but you know, it's a journey. But I kind of used to, I had this, I saw how people could live up to their greatest potential, right? And I always wanted to impose that upon them, be like, no, you could do this because, oh my God, that will work so amazing for you. But like, that's none of my business. You know, that's not, like I can encourage people to do stuff, but I used to be like, they could be so much more. They could do this and that, especially in romantic relationships. And I had to let go of that because, again, none of my business. Everybody has to walk their own path. Blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. I mentioned the purple flame for Saint Germain. You might want to look that up, but this is interesting too, because you got to tap into that energy of love from within, that flame. She's carrying that flame, so. All right. Everything here that I've mentioned number-wise or whatever, it could be synchronicities for you. But this deck, which is the Animal Spirit deck, I am really using it as a synchronicity. So, oh my God, the elephant with the flame. Oh my God. Okay. Wisdom. Wisdom, and there's elephants in this card too. Like wisdom, and like you are going to light the way for other people, Leo. I need you to understand that. But you first have to light it for yourself. You have to find your own light in order to pass it along, or be a guide for other people. Like you have to do that first for yourself. Okay. Anyway, side message. Whatever animal comes out, if you see it in your reality, you see it in like online and a picture, you see the name, you, I don't know, see it in person, it's a synchronicity for you, okay? Your guides want you to pay attention to what you're doing, what you're feeling, who you're with, in that moment, because it's like a little ping. It's like a little, hey, pay attention to this, okay? The animal itself could be a synchronicity for you. I know it was just now with the elephants, so, all right. Let's see. Also, it has a message, so we're going to read it from the book. Ooh, so many cards. No. Leo. The fox. I like the fox. The fox is an ingenious animal. It's like, is it a dog? Is it a cat? It's sneaky, but in a good way. I don't mind the sneakiness of the fox, because you know what? They tell you they're sneaky. Like it's known they're authentically sneaky because that's just who they are. They embody themselves and their truth, which is why I don't mind them being sneaky. Kind of like that. It's also earth energy, so it's like grounding. Maybe you need grounding. Okay, I love it. It's so beautiful too. There's so much light around it, right? It's like I'm almost seeing it like coming out of this immense light. It's like an immense enlightenment, or I don't know. All right, let's read from the book. I just opened the book to the wolf, so wolves could be significant for you as well. For some reason, I can't find the fox. Okay, here we go. Let me show you in case you want to pause it and read it yourself, okay? I just saw a synchronicity there. Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. Did I not have a Floridian slip or whatever? I just said something that it wasn't even what I wanted to say, where I was like, oh, I wanted to say you're a student of life, but then I said you're a teacher. You're a teacher, but you have to, with the book here, it makes sense. By the book. Oh my God, the card literally says by the book. It's almost like you're meant to write, maybe you're a writer, you're meant to write your own book. You're meant to write your own, you bring a new perspective into this world, but you have to live it first, experience it yourself, so that you can have a solid, a solid thing to pass forth for other people, a solid lesson, you know, a lecture of some kind. I see you like lecturing or speaking. Public speaking could be significant for you. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystery to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Exactly. I think yeah, that's beautiful. All right. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. That's really where you're coming from, because you're a Leo. You want to love everybody. When this card appears, connect to those you love. Oh my God. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. So it's almost like you need community, okay? But first, you have to walk away from the community. Maybe it's not healthy for you. Spend some little time alone, and then you're rejuvenated and you can bring this light back into the world. So when in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, and monogamous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership and connection. So you might be also coming into partnership with someone that can help you, but also you will help them. It's like you help each other. There's balance, right? So there's beautiful energy. You have a big purpose, my friend. Okay? It's time for you to unlock that. It's like they're knocking at your door saying, hey, it's time. Like, you're ready. It's no, you no longer have to be this wounded warrior. You're really maybe coming upon a divine counterpart, some kind of friendship, or it could be romance for you as well. Um, that would show you unconditional love. It will show you the love that you've been given always, and maybe hasn't been reciprocated. It leads me back to that. But for some of you, it's that. For some of you, it's in other aspects of your life where you deserve that reciprocity. You deserve justice. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Leo, for watching this, and I hope this brought you a little bit of clarity. Maybe you have more questions, right, than answers at the moment, but I think you're gonna be okay. I think you're gonna be okay. You're very wise. You're very smart. You're very ingenious. I love foxes. They're beautiful. Where I used to live in Coconut Grove, there's a lot of foxes. Believe it or not, although it's like a city, but I used to see a couple of foxes there. Again, I always thought they were cats, but they're not cats. And then they're a little bigger. Usually you think, oh, it's a dog, but it's not a dog. It's like that. It's like shifty energy. I love it. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Sending you a lot of love and light, okay?